Hey everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Triple P, where we explore people, places, and palettes.
Today we are in the beautiful coastal town of Peniscola.
In this video, we're going to be showing you 10 things that you can't miss out on. Let's go! Let's start off with something unique that hardly any guides would have included in their videos or itineraries. As you may know, nowadays artisanal craft beers are all the rage. And if you head to Cerveza Badum in the city center, you can try some really unique flavors such as artichoke beer, which have been grown in the Benicarlo region. They even have other flavors such as pumpkin, pale ale, IPA, and so forth, inspired by the Mediterranean Sea and the Sierra de Irta mountain range. And if you are interested, you can even sign up for a tour of one of the largest craft beer breweries in the region of Valencia. Enjoy your drinks at the tables outside, or why not grab it to go and head to the bustling Peniscola beach area, which has some stunning views. The two most popular beaches here are the Peniscola South Beach, the Playa Sur, which is much smaller and located closer to the town center, as well as the North Beach, Playa Norte, which is a 5-kilometer long sandy beach offering amazing views over the hill where the castle and town center stand. Old Town is definitely the highlight of this place, which absolutely can't be missed. It has many times been referred to as the Gibraltar of Valencia, or locally as the City in the Sea. Formed by beautiful half-cobbled streets that lead up to the impressive castle on the highest part of the hill, here you will find plenty of craft shops, small bars, and restaurants with terraces, incredible views of the Mediterranean Sea, and so many unique points of interest. While walking through the narrow streets, you may instantly think of a typical Greek village, since all the houses, shops, and bars are painted blue and white, so it bears quite a striking resemblance to places like Santorini or Mykonos. One of the most interesting attractions here is the Shell House, a unique house completely covered in seashells, unlike any other building in town. It seems in the 1950s, due to an economic downturn, a married couple, Timoteo and Justa, realized that they would have to look for different jobs in order to support their family of 3 children. So Justa took it upon herself to learn the history of every corner of this little town, educating tourists about it in exchange for tips, making her the first ever tour guide here. They bought a plot of land, built a 3-story house to live in, and decided to decorate the entire facade of the house with shells native to Peniscola. And guess what? They acquired the shells by giving the local sailors tobacco in exchange for the best shells that they could find. Interesting, huh? Another rare spot is El Bufador. Now look, sea caves with inland blowholes are not exactly rare. However, it is uncommon to come across one erupting within a cluster of buildings within a medieval town. Unfortunately, we couldn't really witness this at that moment, but under the right conditions, the sound of the air moving through the bufador or blowhole can be heard through much of the old town. When the water starts to churn, the sound is accompanied by a spray that rises up like a jet of steam. And when the sea is really riled up, a great column of water bursts through the 210-foot-long blowhole at intervals, sometimes so forcefully that it makes the nearby buildings quake. Now this place is all about beautiful views, and views. So when we stumbled upon a cafe bar called Blue Dream where we could sit and enjoy panoramic views, we thought, hey, why not? We thoroughly enjoyed the moment, sipping on our drinks, seagull watching, and feeling the sea wind ruffle through our hair. It is during moments like this that you think, you're living la dolce vita. This cafe was also coincidentally right next to the lighthouse, an exceptional and attractive beacon which has been safeguarding seafarers for more than a century. It seems it has been operating since 1899 and electrified since 1929, and it has an impressive range of 23 nautical miles. While it wasn't open to enter when we went, we did enjoy the great views from there. From here, you can head over to the castle, located on the highest point of the city and the most iconic monument in this town. It was built by the Knights Templar on the remains of an old Moorish citadel, with walls of carved stone and housing barrel vaults in most of the rooms. It was declared a National Historic Artistic Monument in 1931 and has even caught the eyes of great film directors who have featured the castle in a number of well-known films and series, including blockbusters such as El Cid in 1961 and smaller productions such as Calabush in 1956 or Paris Timbuktu in 1999. But the most famous one is definitely Game of Thrones, where most of the scenes for the city of Meereen were filmed here. Don't forget to also head on to the beautiful Artillery Park, which is part of the ticket that gets you into the castle. A beautiful botanic garden where you can enjoy the lush vegetation of palm trees, olive trees, lavender, and native flora from the National Park of Sierra de Irta, with stunning views, of course. It was also a main filming area for Game of Thrones, especially during the scene of Tyrion's encounter with the slavers. Around the corner, you can also find the Santa Maria Parish Church, a remarkably simple church dating back to 1234 and a typical example of ones from the Reconquest period. It is built on the remains of an old Arabic mosque and has quite a tumultuous history. It was first destroyed by a fire, then rebuilt in the 15th century in the Gothic style, but once again, it was practically destroyed by war in 1936, so the latest transformation was in 1939. If you really enjoyed Peniscola and want to check out similar beach towns like this, then I also suggest you Tossa de Mar on the Costa Brava, which is just absolutely stunning. You can see my full guide on what to eat, see, and do there by following the link above, or check out the description section for more links to guides on Spanish cities and towns. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want more travel inspiration, please don't forget to subscribe and of course click on the bell icon to stay notified. See you on the next one.